I'm heeding a call of a letter that was written by Indigenous scholar Dylan Robinson. He's from the Stolo Nation on Canada's west coast. And he published this open letter to directors of music programs in higher education that we must move beyond equity, diversity, and inclusion committees. We must move beyond statements. It is time to, in his words, transform the unmarked, white supremacist, and settler colonial structures that guide our music education systems. In a chapter written by Willingham and Carruthers, they say that music in universities and conservatoires have been exclusionary for almost 2 centuries. Sieves and funnels kept out all but the most capable of students. They don't quite go far enough to say that those are colonial processes. They don't name white supremacy. Juliet Hess does. She describes how the dismissal of popular music as other or somehow less worthy is easily as racially motivated as the casting off of musics from countries outside of Western Europe. But I coordinate an unusual Bachelor of Music program. It's in community music, and the program doesn't focus on Western art music as its center. It doesn't really solve issues of exclusion and elitism, but it reconfigures a new set of problems to grapple with. Now, the community music stream that I'm coordinating is quite different. We have 4 broad goals. We are looking to first develop musicianship so that students can play multiple instruments in multiple genres in a variety of contexts. Second, we're developing critical thinking skills where they can think critically about their context and their music and about their own social location.
We are on the traditional land of the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabe, and the neutral peoples.
We are helping develop their facilitation and leadership skills. And we are helping them develop their collaboration skills. The community music stream does have auditions. Applicants can perform on any instrument or multiple instruments. They can improvise. They can play with their band. We look for some confidence in how they're performing and presenting themselves as musicians. And we look for a fit with the program and how they can collaborate, what kind of values they have in terms of like, do they think of music and its social impact? Oh yes, and we're also looking for students who are musically omnivorous. What I've seen anecdotally is that it actually brings a much greater diversity among students in terms of race, class, sexual orientation, and cultural backgrounds. Perhaps our curriculum finds an affinity with Juliet Hess's idea of a comparative model of music as well, in which we are exploring diverse music practices rhizomatically rather than creating a hierarchy of music with Western art music at the top. It does open up some problems, though, around musicianship development within the context of musical pluralism. How do we as faculty include diverse musical practices of students in meaningful ways? By staying completely open, we're running the risk of spreading thin to become a mile wide and an inch deep. The task seems to be how to nurture the specific musical gifts of each student while creating some common musicianship, some basic building blocks and technical skills that students share so we can grow together. But of course, that brings up another issue. As soon as we're focusing on a particular set of skills that all students should have, we are in fact privileging those musical skills. And I'll be honest, we're tending to fall back on Western art music or a contemporary version, like pop music, rock, folk. We try to get meta. We'll point to the Western epistemology that underpins music theory, that underpins music making. So we try to give students a critical lens, but then we engage in that epistemology anyways in our classes. I don't know if that's good enough. It's a strategy, but is it good enough? Our instructors are mostly white. Most of us know Western art music best, or contemporary Western forms of music. Not all of us, but most of us. And frankly, we still operate within a faculty and an institution predicated on white supremacy. I make no promises or claims about the effects of this new community music stream, but I will tell you this. This program forces me to confront my assumptions around who gets to make what kinds of music at university, how, and with whom. And I think that's a good thing.